Alright, good evening. So we are back testing today on the NQ or MNQ markets, and this is going to be Thursday, January 2nd, so the day after New Year's. So alright, cool. So this is 8 o'clock, and I've already seen this day, but I'm just going back. I've only seen it on the hour. I've not seen it on anything else because I was skipping through. I've already seen till like 12 o'clock, but yeah. So draw on liquidity is right here, and then these kind of stack lows right here. So let's just watch. Let's just observe, and let's see. So it's 9:15. Let's see what the 9:30 candle does. Bam. All right. So let's go. So it is 9:39. I do not trade from 9:30 to 9:39. So we have already swept this right here. I'm going to draw another line to see if we can manipulate. And also, I do want to go through a little bit of journaling with you guys, and it sounds like I have a smoker voice, but it's late. I've already worked 10-hour shifts, so yeah. Let's see how the market reacts from right here. Alright, so from right here, this is the stuff that I've been newly looking at, okay? Literally, we are just observing right here. We are rejecting, and we are just measuring out from the bodies where we rejected to the wick. Alright, so do I see anything on the minute? No. Do I see anything on the 30-second? Not really. Am I seeing anything on the 3-minute? Okay, so we do have a fair value gap that we could be respecting. So we could say, hey, we are respecting this fair value gap for the time being. Is that a permissible zone? Yes. What I say is permissible are fair value gaps, supplier demand zones / order blocks, and ranges where we have manipulated, but we have none here. So we are respecting a high pressure for value gap right here. So let's just see what happens. Okay. All right, let's just keep watching. All right. So what from right here are we seriously respecting? Right? All you're doing is observing and drawing it out. From right, I'm looking at the close of this candle to the wick, and then I'm literally just drawing it out. And we have an order block right here by joining these two candles. Let's see on the 3-minute. Is it a little bit clear? No. Is it a little bit clearer on the 30-second? Yes. It's all of these. It's these 3 candles combined. Okay. So do I like this type of price action right here? Well, we already know that we are rejecting off of a clean, high strength, high pressure. What is the word I'm looking for? permissible. This is like because by us rejecting hard twice, coming back up 3 touches, 4 touches, this candle right here is showing manipulation to encapsulate buyers, and we have now rejected very hard off of that zone. That is permissible. Do I like this price action right here? Is that A plus price action on the 30-second? Not really. Also, we're observing this price action right here, which I kind of like a little bit more. So we have strong price action coming down. We come back up, tap in to take more supply or more of an order block, and we're rejecting hard off of that. Do I like the 1 minute? Do I like how the 3 minute is looking? Bam, I love the 3 minute price action right here. So this right here, risking 15 micro contracts. This is a permissible trade because it is, one, we have rejected off of a strong, valid zone. 2, we like the price action. 3, context of the trade. Do I have my draws on liquidity put in place? Yes, this right here is a very good draw on liquidity. So let's see, or we could just aim for this low right here, okay? And also, is this trade valuable? This is a 1 to 4 risk to reward for 249 points on January 2nd with Thursday's price action. That is all context. So 1, we have a strong zone that is valid. 2, we have solid price action. 3, context is we have our draws out. This could be very, very nice. And 4, it is a valuable trade. That is an A plus entry in my book. So let's just see what happens from here. Alright, cool. So we are balls deep in this trade right now, and I do not want to see it go above the 20 EMA. And if it does, I will move to break even. Hence, don't be looking at this. Do not look at the monetary value, because your days, your profitable, good days are not based off of if you are green or if you are red. It is based off of, did I follow my system? Did I execute properly? And yes. So that is why this is an A plus setup. So let's just keep watching. Alright, so we are still under the 20 EMA. Still under the 20 EMA. This is a break-even trade. Okay? Because we are already... Bro, like, this, if we were to close right now, this would be a 2.8 risk to reward of around 160 points. So, it would not be a good time to get out of this trade. Why? Because we have not crossed the 20 EMA. I use the 20 EMA to where we can maximize results, maximize the trade. So let's see what happens. Bam. So, this would be a 1 to 2 risk to reward, or you could have gotten out. That's another thing. Are you not satisfied with 169 points in the market on a Thursday, January 2nd? Are you not satisfied with that? I am 100%. You know, we could view this on the 30-second chart to be a little bit more specific. So we did close above right there, very strong. And so, like, if we were viewing this on the 1 minute time frame, we would not have been looking at this right here. But since we are so close to the 20 EMA on the 1 minute, or let's say that we could be viewing the 1 minute chart and the 30-second to get 2 perspectives. It's better to get 2 perspectives of a move than 1. So let's say, hey, we crossed over right here. We could get out of this trade right now at 140 points profit. 2.4 risk to reward, and we would have saved ourselves, look right there, 24 points if we would have gotten out at the close of this candle over the 20 EMA. Okay, so it's just however you want to take it, you know. So if we would have gotten out right there, that would have been, of course, $4,300. But we're not looking at that. We're looking at, did we close? Did we enter to the trade? And did we follow our system? And yes. And so that's how I kind of view this. So that's why I say don't pay attention to these numbers, because this is back testing. This is not all 100% calculated to the dollar, you know. So yeah, that right there is a great permissible trade. And so this is just by us drawing out where did we reject, and let's look left to see for context. And that is an order block, that is a supply zone, that is permissible. Did we get good price action? I like that on the 1 minute. On the 3 minute, it looks a lot better. Rejecting, clear rejecting candle. This is displacement, bam, and we displace with a 66-point candle. So yeah, that's this is something I've been looking at, and I want to go through a couple of days live to see. I mean, shit, dude. If you wanted to hold the trade to TP2 or whatever, there it was, you know. So at 12 o'clock, we displaced 240 points again to take out our second. Well, yeah, you should have held this if whatever. So let's go straight into the next day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it is now 8 o'clock. What draws do we have? We have now created stacked relative equal lows, which we know from ICT 22 mentorship, free on YouTube. Okay, if you have not seen that, go watch that playlist. It's like 70 or 40, 60, 70 videos. So if we displace down more, 223 points, I feel like that is very, very reasonable. I feel like these draws are also reasonable. We have kind of relative equal lows right there and a little bit more right there. But is it reasonable for us to drop 560 points on Monday, January 6th? Anything can happen on the trading the NQ, trading the NASDAQ 100, but it's less likely, less probable. So what do we have right here? We have a couple highs right there that we're looking at. I like this as my draw, which would be 450 points. That could be reasonable. So let's see what happens. So let's go to the 15-minute time frame. So it's 8:45. Now it is 9:15. Let's drop down to the 3-minute. So I like to use the hour, the 15-minute, and the 3-minute to really specify on gaps and draws on liquidity. I don't like to use the 4-hour or the daily because that's not really what I'm looking for. In some of my videos, I have went over open, high, low, close off of T-Trades videos. Go check out T-Trades, T-T-R-A-D-E-S on YouTube. He's got a bunch of good stuff as well. That's kind of what I based a couple of my strategies off of. So let's see. 9:30 candle, bam. So we have opened up 44 points. So I want to draw out this range right here in case we manipulate close above and close below. So what do we have right here? That is aiming for these relative equal highs right here. So let's see. 3, 6, 9. So now it is permissible to take a trade at 9.40. Let's see what happens. We also have stacked highs right there as well. So just in case, we have 3 really good draws for bullish tendencies. All right. So we are extremely bullish right now. All right, cool. So I just want to draw out this range from the where the 2 bodies close to the end of the wick. What is right there? So let's investigate. We already rejected that zone right here as well. That could be a high pressure rejection zone. So what is right there? We could say it could possibly be this candle. Let's investigate a little bit further on the 15 second. I know that's kind of crazy, but so let's go to right here where the close of these bodies to the end of the wick. What's right there? Fair value gap. All right. Also on the 15 second, we did have a little bit of bullish price action. Depends on what time we thoroughly investigated. If that was on the minute, the 30 second, or the 15 second. Before you drop down to the 30 second, the 15 second, I have been doing this for 4.5 years. I do not recommend to go through the mental struggle of dropping down lower than the 1 minute unless you have spent a lot of time and if you are completely comfortable with doing so. Okay. So is this really good price action on the 30 second? No. Is it on the 15 second? I can see where you could have said that if you would have entered the trade right here. Something around there. But is it A plus? And realistically, am I going to be dropping down to the 15 second that quick? Probably not. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get some type of pullback. Okay. So we are rejecting something in right here. Okay. So what are we rejecting right here? From the where this candle closed to the wick. There's an order block or a demand zone, whatever you want to call it. I feel like they're the same thing, but I don't want all these ICTers coming in here blowing me up. So, is this A plus entry? No. And we did have news at 10 o'clock, obviously, right there. So let's see if we can, this big wick is saying, hey, we don't want to go any higher. And also we did reject somewhere around there. So let's see what happens. All right. So we have a big rejection. And then we have completely low. So we have open, low, high, close. I just want to type this out. Please go watch this video. Please go watch this video. It helps me out so much. It has helped me out so much. So we are still rejecting right here based off of these wicks. So let's see what kind of price action we get. Bam. So let's go down to the 30 second to see really what happened. Very bullish, bullish, and very bullish again. So this would not be an A plus entry for me. And it's like, why would you not enter right here? Well, for me and my criteria, I would want to put my stop loss around there. And to say that we were just going to take profit one, that'd be a 1 to 2 risk to reward, or to the second one would be 1.8 risk to reward. That's not valuable to my liking. I aim for like 1 to 2.4 risk to reward minimum, 2.3 minimum. But let's just see what happens. Okay, nice. So now we could say, hey, this could be a type of pullback entry if we get great price action. We've respected that zone again, have not broken below it. Now we are broken below this respected range. We have obviously rejected something up here. Okay, so now we are bearish. It is now 10:20 and we are looking for some type of price action move to go lower, or we could completely manipulate this on close below and close above, something like that. So let's see what happens. Oh, so that is what I like to call manipulation, right? And it is just based off of this range around here. So we are just taking the highest close. I think it's on the 3 minute. Yeah. So I'm just drawing out this range right here as a manipulation range. So what is a manipulation range for those who are kind of new to the channel? So if we close below this range and then we close above, that's manipulation because there's sellers getting into the market. Stop losses are somewhere around there and they're wanting to take the trade of their life lower. So we have closed below and closed above this range. Let's see what happens. Okay. Is this price action A+? Let's drop down to the 30-second and really investigate. Maybe you could have gotten something around there, but for my liking, I want to see a little bit more than just that. That's kind of narrow, that's kind of premature. So let's look at the 3 minute. Okay, do I like this 3 minute price action right here? Let's say I do like that. Plus we have manipulated sellers, so let's take a buy entry. Something like this. And let's observe on the 1 minute chart. Alright, awesome. Not enough for break even yet, so let's just keep investigating. Stayed above the 20 moving average. Okay, so we have now closed below. I'm now not nervous, but I'm just very skeptical because we did not have explosion. So let's see. Let's wait for the next couple of candles. Below, above, below, below, below. Okay, cool. So we are now above. If we get a little bit more displacement, I would want to protect my capital and adjust my stop loss. Very nice. I would now want to move my stop loss to somewhere around there. This is going to be a 1 to 3 risk to reward trade if it all works out. Alright, so we have now closed below. The market is now offering you a 0.7 risk to reward. You could take small profits there, or you could wait out the trade. Let's say, alright, it's not really looking how I want. I want to protect my capital and move to break even. Or you could have taken small profit right there. It's a Friday. So now let's ask ourselves, on a Friday, are we not happy off of a 130 point move of a risk to reward 1 to 2, I would be very happy. So I'm going to throw on my 9 EMA to be very, very secure. This is like a, let's just watch. Because if we were to close below the 9 and the 20 EMA, I would then want to get out and secure gains. I'm out the trade. I'm out the trade right there. This would be a 1 to 2.2 break-even trade. So this would be, you would be plus $4,200. You would be, so let's just say we're not looking at the money. We have absolutely followed our plan to the T. We have manipulated lower. We got off of good price action off the 3-minute entry. And we had an opportunity to get out at break even, but we stuck it out. That's what patience will do. So let's just see what happens from here. So that's kind of why I condone of getting out after we have crossed those two. We just secured 142 points in the market on a Friday, folks. I think we're still going to hit this draw, but let's just keep watching. Perfect. So that right there is a 193 point move. If you would have taken it, it was an above 100 point move on a Friday. So this is just some of the stuff that I have been looking at. I want to keep this at a shorter video. It's probably already at 30 minutes, but this is just some back testing that I've been going through, trying to add a couple of entry models into the arsenal to where I can live trade. So yeah, that is kind of what I've been looking at. And to be honest, here I want to go over a couple things that I've been journaling. This was just today's thoughts. So whenever I get off of work and I come home and I get on my computer for 2.5 to 3 hours, I put a timer on to time. It's like 12 minutes, just to kind of illustrate some things that were going through my mind, some motivational stuff. So this is kind of what I said. I feel great. Anything lost could be found again besides time wasted. That's kind of motivation, because, you know, it's like I worked very hard today, 10.5-hour shift, blah, 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 blah. How am I going to be the 99, or how am I not going to be the 99% of people and be the top 1%? That's by coming home every single day and killing people, killing the mass majority of people with consistency and discipline. What does the S&P 500 do consistently? Plus 0.3% for the day, plus 0.7%, plus 1%, minus 2% for the day, plus 2%, plus 0.7%, plus 2% again. That's how the market moves. It is consistently gaining, even if it's 0.3% in a day. That compounds to be an 8 to 10% return by the end of the year. That's just statistics. Go and look up year to date for the S&P 500, month to date, whatever. And it's just like consistently showing up every single day might not seem like a lot. I consistently show up 6 days out of the week. I take one rest day, and that's on Sunday. And also just consistently showing up, and then you throw in discipline. You're getting better at your everyday life. Stop impulsively drinking on the weekends. You're beating 99% of people. Reading every night, staying in your faith. I believe personally that's beating 99% of people. And I don't read just to beat 99% of people. That's just me and my faith, and that's a habit that is a healthy habit. and just stacking these healthy habits instead of what you used to do. Like, I only want to indulge in nicotine whenever I get off of work, and I have it right beside my computer, because this is like my reward. I'm rewarding myself for getting home and getting on to my computer. That's my nightly routine. And it's like a dog with a bone analogy. You have to do the trick to get the treat. You have to do the trick to get the bone. My trick is coming home and backtesting for 2.5 hours every day. So back into the journaling. So I regret not trading Tuesday to Friday, but the conditions of Thanksgiving and the holiday season have put my progress to a bit of a delay, which I'm fine with. But this week's price action was marvelous. It was amazing. There was a bunch of opportunity, great price action this week. I will go strong this next week until Thanksgiving. I feel like my wilderness season, I feel like I was in a season of wilderness because I was dealing with fear. That was the root cause. Fear of money, fear of time, and you cannot put a timer on this type of success. You just have to beat it down with consistency and discipline, right? So I feel like my wilderness season has transitioned into a season of believing that I can do this, truly believing that how I envision it to happen is going to happen. So it is transitioning into a season of belief, move, and healing. So what I mean by move is you can't just come home and backtest and not implement this in the live markets. You can't just come home and backtest and not open up a live account to see how your success is going to happen with the live markets. You have to trade live. You have to open up live account or prop firm challenge in this type of industry, how we trade. And then healing from past addictions. You have to give yourself time to heal. That's what I'm kind of dealing with personally, trying to heal from some past bad habits, and it takes time to heal. And I feel like from that wilderness season of grabbing fear by the throat and saying I'm not moving to the next thing until I am not fearful, I feel like that is more the things moving me out of that season are true belief, realizing, hey, I have got to move and make some real money out of this, and also healing from past bad habits. I'm more confident than ever, more proud of who I am than ever. That's a fact, because I'm the most disciplined I've ever been than ever. And some journaling that I was at work and I was just positively thinking was, I've had some people call me recently lame, you're a loser, why don't you go out, why don't you do this, blah blah blah, Georgia game. Being 22 and living a mile from downtown, living in Athens, right? So what I said was in my journaling was, I'll find it later, but what it was whenever those people started to call me that was whenever I knew that what I was doing was working. Yeah, bro. It's like I knew that something was changing. I knew that something was working whenever they were calling me that. Whenever people were thinking of, man, he's just going home. He's just not coming out with us. It's more of like, I knew that shit was working whenever they started seeing me differently, So my identity is no longer fearful. It is confident and shifting. My favorite words going into this next year are to move and to heal, to kind of humble myself and say, hey man, you got to heal from some of these past bad habits. It's not going to happen in a week, 2 weeks, 2 months. It's going to take a little bit more time. I have to move and not be still and complacent and comfortable. I've got to give myself time to heal. And praise be to the Lord for giving me this. Man, you guys don't even know. It's crazy that I'm even in this position where I'm at, But that's kind of what I've been going through. This is a back test session after a 10.5-hour shift on a Saturday night. So, yeah. That's what I've been going through. Love you guys. Peace out.